Peace family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I want to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about the saying and how the enemy uses, why are you mad? Or don't be mad if, they have a very, very annoying way of trying to predict your energy and motion. I'm not saying they bad with reading energy, but they try to do their best at dictating your energy and your vibration. And all of us have experienced this. I don't know one person that hasn't. Anytime you even get into a conversation that's not going the way somebody wants it to go, what's the first thing they do? Oh, why are you getting mad about it? Well, I don't want you to be mad. And when I would tell you, but I don't want you to be. How do you just assume that these are the emotions that we are going to take on, when clearly we are the lightest beings out here walking? A lot of it is just a manipulation control tactic. They want you to care more about them than you do. They want you to be more emotionally invested in them than you are. You know what I mean? And even if you do have emotional investments with some, by the time they get to that point of trying to predict or direct your vibration, I don't want to say predict, because sometimes we don't be mad, When you on the interstate, you got to look at conversations like driving cross country. I haven't drove cross country, but I have driven from New York to Virginia. I've taken Virginia all the way down to Florida and back, So when you are cross country driving, you're not always going at the same speed. So when I have conversations and engagements with people, I don't expect them to stay the exact same speed the entire time. You know why? Because when I use my words, I allow my energy and emotion to dictate how these words are being transferred, how they're being passed, how these words are being driven over to the direction or the destination I need them to go. For some reason, beings feel as though, either you defending yourself or you being passionate as angry. I've been in some of my happiest moods, and I'll respond aggressively and still be happy. But if I perceive somebody's giving me a vibration attached to the words as either negative or like manipulative or deceptive, then I address them as is. I address them as is. I don't just allow beings to dictate my vibrations. Now, I'm not saying that what people say and do doesn't have some kind of effect. But like I always say over here, everything is on a percentage scale. So I'm not going to allow what they're saying and doing to affect my vibration to 90 to 100%. It may affect me 10%, 20%. I've had some rile me up to about 40%. You know what I mean? But as far as like me just being super erratic, out of control, chaotic, no. That's exactly what these beings want. Because they need you on their vibration or lower. Their vibration or lower. So if you don't have the same kind of knowledge as me, you're using another playbook is what I mean, because we may not be on the same chapters. If you're not following the same source as me, you won't have the same impact when you try to work your magic on me. It will not be effective the way you would like it to be effective. I had somebody recently just do this to me, and they always trying to bring up like other men as if I'm going to be affected by it. Like, I already understand. I'm not talking about the spiritual beings who connected and has been working on themselves and making the right adjustments and changes. But in Western society, It's a lot of whores out here. The Western society has set it up to where most modern women are doing legal prostitution. Legal prostitution. So when I had this one being say this to me the other day, they always like putting a lot of emphasis on like pulling up, coming to see me, blah blah blah, whatever. I had been brushing it off because I didn't trust them. Their vibrations is offsetting. I move locations, they don't know where I'm at, so I had told them that. Nah, I'm not gonna have no people over at this location because I don't trust a lot of beings. You know, everybody didn't know where I was living at before, but it was enough people. You know, enough people from the witchy playbook that knew where I was staying. I feel much more comfortable knowing that they don't know which space and room I occupy. And I had asked them a question, and they had made the statement like, "Oh, I'll have to ask my boyfriend about it." And I'm just thinking to myself, like, just last month, you was telling me how you was hooking up with a guy. Then the month before that, you was telling me how you went to go meet another guy that you met on TikTok, and y'all went to go mingle. Now, in my world, I know this person is a pathological liar. But I also do know that we're in Western society, and legal prostitution is okay out here. You won't get shamed for it. You won't get blamed for it. You won't get guilted for it. You'll have women applauding you on the back, saying, yeah, you gave him the box and he did you dirty. Yeah, leave him. Go get another man and give him the box. I'd be so blown by the thought process of it that in my world, even in this witchy Western society, it's like if you already sexually engaging with somebody, why not just keep the same person so you don't have to have 1,000 different people you sexually engage with while you are in the process of trying to make whatever shift, changes, and adjustments you're doing? You know what I mean? But this person had made that statement for the second time. For the second time. Oh, I don't want you to get mad, or you might be mad, but I gotta ask my boyfriend. I was like, I don't care about you to be concerned with if you got one boyfriend, 2 boyfriends, 3 boyfriends, 4 boyfriends. You know, more power to you. That's not something that impacts me because I'm not emotionally invested into you. So I didn't have the same response. I don't know if they was assuming or thinking that I would respond like, oh, you got a boyfriend? Oh, how you have boyfriends? Like, I don't give a fuck about all of that. You was a whore when we crossed paths, and you're still a whore to this day. People, and you're already on doctors, opioids, and meds. You are not spiritually stable for me to care. You've known of my vibration personally for over a year now. No, 2 years now. And why would I be invested or allow that manipulation tactic to work on me? I wouldn't, because I've experienced this before from other vessels and other beings and other entities. See, when I'm mad or frustrated, I have no problem saying it and expressing it and showing it, because you're not just gonna get all this love and light and think that you won't have to experience any of my other energy and emotion. I'm not gonna mask it. I'm not gonna hide it. You know, I'll be mature about how I express it, but it's going to get expressed one way or another. It's going to get expressed. That's mandatory. For anybody and beings out here that say that, oh, well, I don't like to see you angry. I don't like to see you mad. I don't like to see you feeling down. You know, that is part of our emotional blueprint that we have stored within us. Even when you master this, you still experience it. You just learn how to communicate it outwardly better, or you figuring out different ways how to transmute it. But it doesn't disappear. It doesn't go away. I don't know why people always feel as though like like you're not allowed to experience these other emotions. No, that's the witchy team, because they're always in that vibration. So they always mask it with, oh yeah, everything's good, everything's great, yeah, it's been a great day. I hate when people say, you ask them how they doing, yeah, it's been great today. I'm like, that is exaggerated. Every time they say it's been great, my body goes back like this, like bitches, you trying to swing on me? Are you insinuating something? I don't be really sure of the process of what's actually happening, so it usually puts me at a backup standstill already when those things is transpiring. But a lot of these tactics will be used against you. You know, we already understand that if you cannot dictate people, you know, just by them listening to the words you say, they usually try to make some emotional connection. Your energy in motion. It's no different than our memory bank. We remember things based off our emotional connection that we have with that person, place, or thing. Either something was really good, we got a great energy and motion attached to it, we love it, we want to experience it more, we want to go there, or something has a not so good energy vibration to it, and you like, I want to stay the fuck away from it. I don't want to go there, I don't want to have to experience that, but you have a vibration attached, connected to it. A lot of them want us to not process our emotions healthy, but they cannot stop what we've already came here to do. It's already in the works. It's already being done. We can already see that. Long as we keep working ahead of our generation, they'll catch up. The rest of the robots, they'll follow suit. But the rest of the demonic beings, they're gonna be resistance. The robots will follow suit. We get enough of us out here, we get the right pushing momentum, the robots will follow. Because the robots are the beings out here who follows this demonic playbook without ill intentions. They don't have ill intentions, they're doing what they are told by the physical form of the structure that's been set up, because they have no connection with source. So they'll follow. But the demonic beings who use that playbook, that's dead. That's dead. When everything transitions, you're gonna see them all flying off of this realm. They're gonna be running out the door, jumping out of windows. You know, everything is gonna be transpiring, because now there is nowhere else to run. Right now they got a few places to hide, but even hiding has become extremely difficult, which is why they are most likely resorting to brute force now. Because most of the manipulation tactics, a lot of beings are aware of the manipulation tactics. So now they're gonna be bolder, and they're gonna do these things in front of you. They want you to know that it came from them. Even if they do something sneaky and sly to where they couldn't get caught, you still know it's them, because they do it in such a way that it has their energy signature on it. Don't allow them to dictate your energy and motion. Right now we're speaking of being mad and angry, but you have plenty of demonic beings who will give you presents and do things to say, oh, I make you happy. No, bitch, I'm already happy. You adding to it. Oh, no, I'm not. You didn't make me a peaceful being. I was naturally peaceful. You add to my peace. This should already be an unspoken thing, but because the way society is set up, every day you leave out the house, you squaring up with everybody that is like, look, as I was saying that, put me in this space, right? We don't know who the fuck is who, kind of like how when I was younger, there was no undercover cop cars. All the cop cars were visible. Now we got cop cars that blend in with society. We know most of them all drive Fords or Chevys. You know, you don't catch many of them in a Hyundai, a Honda, a Prius, you know, a Benz, a Lexus. We know we won't see them in those things, but they do mask themselves in the other cars to blend in with the rest of the population. We don't know who the fuck is who until we start engaging, or until they get too close to you. I didn't know that was an undercover cop until he got extremely close to me, or I focused in my rear view mirror and I noticed the signs that undercover cops always got more antennas on the top of their car. undercover cops may not always have the spotlight on their rearview mirror, but it's always something different in the back of the car because they have to have extra lights. Even though they got lights, like cop lights inside of the regular lights, it's always something else. It's always another signature that shows that, okay, that's an undercover. It's the same thing in today's society. If you don't want people to see you if I didn't want people to slow down or get away from me in a car while I'm riding on the road, I don't go to auctions and purchase old cop cars. You won't catch me in a Prius, you won't catch me in no Dodge Charger, you know, you won't catch me in any, an Explorer, you won't catch me in any of these cars that the cops use. Because I don't want my signature connected to it. It's just like I don't hang around snitches or rats. So I've never been mixed up in, oh, Trak is a snitch, oh, Trak is a rat. I never got mixed up in that mess in my life because I don't surround myself around those people. Even if it's just one person, if it's just one is too many. If you put a drop of oil in your water, it's going to stand out because water and oil is always going to separate itself. We are in charge of our energy and motion. So just be mindful when people try to dictate your energy and motion by mentioning things to you like, oh, you're angry or you're mad. Oh, I don't want you to get upset. These are them already lining up the direction they want you to go in. You could have been walking straight, and because they're saying they don't want you to get mad or angry, now instead of it being a straight road, now you see a fork in the road. You didn't see a fork in the road before because you was on your line. But as soon as they throw these narratives out there, the road forks off, and now you got to make a decision. Are you going to go left or are you going to go right? I would put that same cause and effect with being mindful and taking presents and gifts from a lot of these beings out here. Because sometimes you may receive one too many gifts and now you are in a space of, damn, well, I won't be able to hit them back later for a favor. I won't be able to, they usually like to go out their way and do this. I won't be able to get that from them later if they, you know, it's like, if the vibes ain't there, then fuck it, start over. Remove that entity, get a more healthier being entity in your life eventually down the line, because we don't just pop in back to back to back. It's not enough of us out here to do that, you know. But eventually one will come along. The doors will open, the Creator will part the Red Sea for you. We just gotta keep these things in mind, you know what I mean? But I ain't wanna run it up too long. Tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.